Parashat Matot Masei, the parsha that's going to bring us into Rosh Chodesh Av, and also the parsha that's going to end off an unforgettable summer of Kol HaNe'arim, of a summer that almost didn't happen, and in a meeting of Michael and Talia with the CEO of Elal, did happen. And the question of what can we offer to all of the most incredible staff, coordinators, volunteers, Bnot Shirut, heads of homes in this Parsha of Matot Masei. We know that now Parsha of Matot Masei is basically 30 days before we enter Eretz Yisrael. And in Parshat Matot, we read about one of the weirdest stories of Nidarim, of the neder, of the words that a person says that they're going to commit to something, and how it works. When can you la'afer? When can you annul them? When can you not annul them? Who does it? And it's a beautiful parsha, but what is it doing here? In those moments before we enter Eretz Yisrael, and in the moments before we go into Sefer Dvarim, which is about words. So we see that suddenly we're speaking about Nidarim, which are words, and the ability for words to be creation. And we're standing in the last moments before Eretz Yisrael, that according to Rabbi Nachman is the center of Tefillah, which is the dibur from us to Hashem, or through Hashem, or to recognize that if we can talk to Hashem, we could also talk to ourselves and to our families differently. But what's this place of the dibur? And I think that the dibur always comes as a place of chisaron. Wherever a person feels like there's something missing. If someone can't understand me, what do? I explain in words. If it's hard for me to connect to Hashem or to see Hashem, then I learn Torah. And through the speech of Torah, through the verbal introspection of learning, through the chavruta that has a sicha, a dibur, through isha misaperet im be'ala that we see in Masechet Brachot Av Gimel, that the conversation are the moments of geula. What is real geula? That all of this world has chisaron. It has brokenness. But geula are the people that talk when things are broken. One of the things that Tanya is teaching me is that the greatest thing that we have is that in the times that we're close, and in the times that we're distant, we would go into our own corners. And she's teaching that in those times that we're struggling or not simple, that we have to have a conversation, if it's a difficult one or a good one or a fun one, but we have to talk. That the danger of the chisaron is that you think it's an end, but it's the beginning. It's the beginning of a conversation. It's the beginning of saying Tehillim for our chayalim, that it's a chisaron. But we need to talk about it. We need to talk to it. We need to talk through it. Baruch Hashem, I was zocheh to go to the Ari's Kever, and you see all these people coming there to talk. And some people are saying, what is this? Why are people talking to a kever? They're not talking to a kever. They're saying that the kever reminds us that there's chisaron in the world. But we need to be people that talk and get involved. And to be in a whole summer with volunteers that went into children homes with children that have the chisaron of a bayit, that the Medina, the country, decided they can't live at home for terrible reasons. And for terrible reasons for the parents too. It's so painful for those parents. They don't want their kids to be there. How hard is it for those parents that their kids can't be home? And to see that although on a simple level, the Chevra coming from America don't know Hebrew and the Chevra in Israel don't know English, to see how much the chisaron that was experienced in these children's lives is something that people addressed with conversation and with involvement. And like Michael would say, Michael Reidler, we don't only want to love Eretz Yisrael, we want to love the people of Israel. We need to meet the people of Israel. And I know that being in this opportunity to look at so many people that are willing to get involved emotionally, financially, sweat equity in the chisaron of the world are the doorsteps of Geula, the doorsteps of redemption. And so I want to thank every single staff member, obviously Michael and Talia, for giving all of us this opportunity, and Tanya for giving this opportunity, and the volunteers for getting involved and talking. And we should remember that the neder is the entrance into Eretz Yisrael. The words are what Eretz Yisrael is about, because Eretz Yisrael is not the midbar. Eretz Yisrael has chisaron. As we can see clearly in the last 2 years, there are a lot of broken things. But we talk about it, we talk to it, we get involved, we go to miluim, we give out chasadim, and to know also that Sefer Dvarim is the opening of what Av is about. Av, there aren't objects. There are just words of tears, of eicha, of not knowing the answers but feeling the questions, but not being afraid of the questions and asking the questions. And how could it be that there's so many chayalim that have been killed? And how could it be that we have to be so in pain before Geula? We don't know the answer, but let's ask the question, let's converse it. Let's say that we don't feel close. That itself is being close. That we don't feel close, we feel distant. To say it, mamash out loud. And through these nidarim, seeing the power of words, we should realize that the chisaron is not a punishment from Hashem, but it's a way that Hashem is asking for us to stay in conversation and to stay involved. Shabbat Shalom.